Coming up on Inside Wofford Football, the Terriers travel to one of the toughest places in all of college football to play as they take on Appalachian State in Boone.
Inside Wofford Football, presented by Milliken, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, NBSC, Dixie Tire, The Real Yellow Pages, and Spartanburg Regional Sports Medicine.
Early on, the Terriers were able to match the Mountaineers' first two touchdowns with touchdowns of their own. But while Wofford cooled off a bit offensively, Appalachian State never did, as the Mountaineers handed the Terriers their first conference loss of the season, 70-24. Hello and welcome to Inside Wofford Football, everyone. Halloween night proved to be a bit scary for the Terriers as their performance offered very few treats versus one of the trickiest teams in all of college football. Appalachian State scored on its first drive, but less than 3 minutes later, Wofford tied the game at 7 as Dane Romero scored on a 17-yard run. After the Mountaineers scored on their second drive, so too did the Terriers as Ben Widmeyer got the ball just inside the pylon for a 12-yard touchdown, game tied at 14. But after that, the Mountaineers scored the next 28 points of the game to take a commanding 42-14 lead into the locker room, while Wofford outscored Appalachian State 10-7 in the third quarter, highlighted by a Dane Romero 5-yard touchdown. Appalachian answered in the fourth with a trio of touchdowns, and when all was said and done, Mountaineer quarterback Armani Edwards combined for 440 total yards and 6 total touchdowns and a convincing 70-24 win. To make matters even worse for the Terriers, they turned the football over 5 times and did not force any of their own. Well, when we come back on Inside Wofford Football, we'll take a look at the first half highlights as Dane Romero broke off his longest run of the year. Stay with us, everyone.
Things that make you go,
Movie night? Friday dinner? Big game. Order online at papajohns.com.
It's the things that make you go, yeah.
The best way to order pizza online. View our entire menu. Order 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, up to 21 days in advance. And get exclusive online-only offers. Visit papajohns.com and order online now.
Better ingredients, better pizza,
Things that make you
papajohns.com.
go,
Stop hunting. Start finding. Choose the AT&T Real Yellow Pages to find just what you need. No other book has more complete ads and up-to-date listings.
Welcome back to Inside Wofford Football. Coming into the game, Appalachian State had won 38 of its last 39 games at home. And Friday night, a record crowd of more than 30,000 fans turned out to try and cheer on their hometown Mountaineers. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. Here's Mark Hauser and Tom Henson on the call.
Two tight end formation for the Mountaineers. Man in motion near side. Edwards fakes the handoff, and he's going to get bottled up and thrown for a loss in the backfield. 3rd and 8 from the Terrier 23, no score. Empty set for Hillary out of the gun. Lobs it toward the end zone, caught by the tight end. Touchdown. 23-yard strike to Ben Jordan. 12:55 to play in the first quarter from Boone. Appalachian State 7. Wofford nothing. Widmeyer backs up into the shotgun formation. App State 4 down lineman. Play action for Widmeyer. Throws deep down the far side for Strickland. We've got pushing and shoving, and the pass is caught. A juggling catch by Andy Strickland, far sideline. Rucker, the halfback on the right side, came in motion, went back to his position. Widmeyer fakes the dive. He's going to run and breaks a couple of tackles. Two receivers right, one left. Now he'll come in motion near side. Widmeyer running the option. Jump pass away to the motion man, and that's Jeremy Marshall, tackled inside the 25 at the 20. Widmeyer to his right. Widmeyer runs the option with Marshall. There's the late pitch, and he is level. Oh my, Jeremy Marshall barely had time to catch the ball, and he was absolutely flattened by the safety, Mark Legree. Two receivers left. Widmeyer out of the gun. Handoff. Romero breaks through the right side of the 10 to the 5. That is a touchdown. Dane Romero, 17 yards for the score.
We got ourselves the makings of a shootout.
10:07 remaining, first quarter. Wofford and App State tied at 7:23. That's where they'll start this drive. Out of the gun, Edwards. He's going to look to run. Cuts left. Circles toward the corner. Has a block out front. 30, 35, 40. Dragged down from behind across the 45. Tight end lines up to the right for the Mountaineers. Edwards out of the gun with a single back. Throws down the middle. Caught by the tight end Jordan. First down at the 40. Breaks two tackles. 30. Far sideline. 20, 10-5. Touchdown Ben Jordan and the Mountaineers.
That was poor tackling by Wofford.
8:09 remaining, first quarter here from Boone. Mountaineers 14, Terriers 7. Second and 7 Terriers from the 32. And on the counter give, it's Romero breaking in the open 40. He's to the 50, slanting left 40, 30, stumbling at the 20, caught from behind inside the 15, all the way down to the 12-yard line. Big run for Dane Romero.
Huge hole, and then Romero used some power to get through an arm tackle. Got loose, and that was a long run.
First and 10 Terriers at the Mountaineer 12 in motion right, one of the wideouts, fake of the dive, and Widmeyer breaks the tackle, cuts left to the 10, he's to the 5, dives, and he's over the pylon into the end zone. That's a touchdown. 12 yards for Ben Widmeyer. 7 minutes to play. Wofford and App 14 apiece. Empty set for Edwards, junior quarterback. Terriers bring 4. Throw over the middle. Caught by Hillary on a slant at the 15, at the 10. First down reception. Appalachian second and goal from the 5. Handoff right up the gut. Radford, big hole, touchdown. That was Robert Welton, not Devin Radford, that ran for that score.
With 2 minutes to play, first quarter out now leads it 21-14.
Widmeyer, two backs flanking him out of the gun. App State, 4 down lineman. Play action. Widmeyer scrambles left, heaves it deep downfield for Joslin. Intercepted at the 31-yard line by Mark Legree, the free safety. First pick thrown this year by Ben Widmeyer. Empty set for Edwards out of the gun. Looks to throw to the far side. Caught at the 36. Taken to the 40, to the 50. Far sideline to the 40 and out of bounds at the Terrier 37. Radford, the lone back. Edwards this time is going to give it a try on the carry, and he is in. Touchdown right side, Armani Edwards. 13:08 to play in the second quarter, and the Mountaineers have the best lead of the night for either ball club. Appalachian 28, Wofford 14. Again out of the gun. Takes the snap. Scrambles toward the near side. Pocket breaks down. He's going to heave it deep downfield. Got a man quick at the 5. Touchdown Appalachian.
What a throw.
58 yards. 10:59 remaining. Second quarter, Mountaineers 35, Wofford 14. 3rd and 3 from the 46.5. Out of the gun, Widmeyer. Handoff, Breitenstein breaks open, slanting left to the 50, to the 40. Breaks a tackle there, 35. Eric Breitenstein down to the 30. Wide right, Hillary, single back, handoff. Cut back play to the left, and look out. There goes Radford near sideline. 30, 20, 10, 5. Diving for the pylon. Touchdown, Mountaineers. 4:32 to play first half. Mountaineers lead Wofford 42-14. Widmeyer from the gun with a wing left and a single back. Appalachian bringing 5. Pass thrown near sideline. Gathered in by Brenton Burson at the 41. Widmeyer with backs flanking him either side out of the gun. Play action. Deep drop. Here comes the pressure. Widmeyer scrambles out of trouble. Rolling right to the 50. Now he fires. It's caught at the 28. But the time has expired at the half here at Kid Brewer Stadium in Boone. Appalachian State 42, Wofford 14.
Coming up, we'll take a look at a guy who came to Wofford as a walk-on to play a sport that he wasn't the one in which he got the most headlines in high school. Stay with us, everyone. Terrier fans, here's your chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming athletic event. Be the first caller to 597-4110. Leave your name and phone number in the message, and you could be a winner. Compliment of the South Carolina Education Lottery.
It's hard to believe it's been 25 years. There was the start of his business, a shared checking account, even an investment in vacation property. At NBSC, you have one banker with you every step of the way.
So what's your secret? You're just as happy as the day you met.
Well, you should know. We've been working together for just as long.
One banker for your business, for your life. NBSC.
They pick up their games, pick up their teams, and pick up the pace. Enterprise salutes NCAA student athletes for picking us all up. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Well, welcome back to Inside Wofford Football. Patrick Mugen's job is to kick field goals. However, his goal is to win games. Therefore, at times, he's asked not to do his job, and that's not a problem for him. Now let's take a closer look at the senior kicker and our Terrier in the Spotlight, presented by Papa John's. Patrick Mugen came to Wofford more accomplished on the soccer field than the football field. Still, he decided to walk on at Wofford as a football player as opposed to pursuing other opportunities in soccer.
I was an all-state soccer player. I set some records and did all kinds of good things. I just took a chance with walking on for football when I probably could have done more in soccer. I really love the atmosphere of football, the camaraderie of a team. In high school, playing under the lights on Fridays, and then once I started getting recruited for football, the Saturdays, just the big crowds, I really bought into that, and it was a little different from playing in front of lesser crowds of soccer.
And the reality is, it's a little different being a kicker at Wofford. You see, 4th and 2 from the opponent's 20-yard line doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to kick a field goal. You see, Mike Ayers has a tendency to go for it on 4th and short because he has confidence in his team, and he thinks it helps him win games.
If you're going to win championships, there's times that you've got to be able to pull the trigger when it's 4th and 2. A field goal is not going to be good enough.
And Patrick's buying into that concept as well. You see, he doesn't mind kicking extra points either.
Even like last week when it was on our first drive and it came down to about 4th and 2, 4th and 3, I was kind of like right there with everybody. I was like, let's go for it, let's get up, let's score. So, I mean, I've kind of bought into that. Yeah, I don't get to kick that many field goals, but we're winning.
But don't view Coach Ayers opting not to kick field goals as a lack of confidence in his kicker.
We've got a great deal of confidence in Patrick. I think he's done a great job of developing as a kicker. Came here as a walk-on, earned a scholarship, and has done a great job for us. So it's not that we lack confidence or anything like that.
And Patrick has a tremendous amount of confidence as well. On Friday night, he kicked a career-best 43-yard field goal and says he thinks every day about stepping out onto the field with the game on the line and kicking a game-winning field goal.
My name is Eric Nash, class of 02, offensive line coach. This is my 6th year on staff with the Terriers. Go Dogs.
Coming up, we'll take a look at the second half highlights as the Terriers try to dig themselves out of a pretty big hole versus a really good team. Stay with us, everyone. Welcome back to Inside Wofford Football. After a tough first-half performance, the Terriers certainly had a mountain to climb coming out of the locker room. Let's take a look at the second-half highlights. Here's Mark Hauser and Tom Henson on the call.
And Widmeyer takes the snap, fakes the dive, pitch near corner. Romero with a juggling catch, gets a kick-out block to the 50. Near sideline, he is pushed out of bounds at the Terrier 46. Appalachian four-down lineman here. And Widmeyer fakes the dive, runs the option right. There's the pitch, far corner, Romero to the 40. Man in motion near side, DeVete. Play action, Widmeyer looks to throw it deep downfield, intercepted. Picked off at the 4-yard line by the safety, Mark Legree. His second pick of the night, his conference leading 6th of the year. 2nd and 9 from the 19. Widmeyer takes the snap, handoff again up the gut to Breitenstein. Keeps his feet, breaks 3 tackles to the 25 to the 30. 1st and 10, Terriers from the 32.5. Twins right, Breitenstein in motion right. Handoff, slants left, big hole 40. He's to the 50. Breitenstein slants left 40. He's to the 30. 25, dragged down from behind there. Eric Breitenstein with a big run in front of the home folks. He wove his way through about 8 black jerseys that time. A 43-yard try from the left half by Patrick Mugen. Good snap, spot down. Mugen with plenty of leg, and the kick is good. Look at Patrick Mugen. A career-long 43-yard field goal, and the Terriers get some points. Edwards, play action on first down out of the gun. Going to heave it deep downfield for Quick. Wide open, 10-5, touchdown. Somebody forgot about Brian Quick. He burned Michael Johnson. 50 yards on one play. Armani Edwards going deep to Brian Quick. 3:52 remaining. Third quarter, Appalachian adds to it in a hurry. 49-17, they lead it over the Terriers. And it's a handoff up the gut, and Breitenstein breaks 3 tackles to the 45, to the Mountaineer 40, where he is spun down. Now Fenn Allen, the tight end in motion right. Widmeyer out of the gun. Handoff Breitenstein, big hole left side to the 30. Cuts right to the 25, to the 20, and he falls forward close to the 19. That's 19 or 20 more yards for Eric Breitenstein. 1st and 10 from the 20. This time they work from the eye. Fake of the dive to the up man. Pitch far corner. Rucker takes it to the 10, weaves his way to the 5, single back. And there's the handoff to Romero up the middle, touchdown as he falls across the goal line. 4-yard touchdown run for Romero. That is his second touchdown of the night. 49 seconds to play in the third. Appalachian 49, Wofford 24. The single back flanks him left. Edwards running the option, and Sny's going to throw, and he's got Hillary far side at the 50. Third down, half a yard. Edwards, play action, wants to throw deep down the middle for Quick. Leaping catch in the end zone, touchdown. Can you believe that?
He was almost triple covered.
14:39 to play in the ball game. Mountaineers 56, Terriers 24. Man in motion near side is Strickland. Breitenstein handoff. He fumbles the football, and the Mountaineers, I believe, yep, they've got it. And it's Jacques Roman. 2nd and 5 from the 10, again out of the gun. Mitch Allen, play action, wants to throw. Heaves it deep down the near side for Strickland. Intercepted. Mark Legree as his 3rd pick of the night. A leaping catch at the 42 as Mitch Allen underthrew the receiver, Andy Strickland. He'll drop back into the shotgun. Jackson is loaned back. There's a toss near corner. He's got the 10. He's got the 5. Cuts left into the end zone. Touchdown Appalachian. Josh Jackson runs it in from 15. 5:43 to play in our football game. Appalachian State 62, Wofford 24. So you've got a lot of second liners out there. Pitch near corner option, taken to the 40, to the 45, and out to the 50. On that run is Derek Boyce. He'll take the snap from the reserve center, Joe Fornadell. There's the pitch far corner, and a fumble picked out of midair by one of the Mountaineers, who's going to return it down the far sideline to the 40, to the 30. He's tripped up at the 27. Mitch Allen made the saving tackle. It was Jacques Roman. There's the shotgun snap. Fake of the dive. Presley up over the top of the pile and in. The Mountaineers are 1 point away from 70. Mitch Allen remains your quarterback. Fakes the dive to Boyd. Wants to turn right corner. Breaks the tackle to the 40. Mitch Allen to the 50. Michael Scott, the fullback, play action. Mitch Allen in the pocket to throw, near side with it, and it is caught. Brenton Burson out of bounds at the 20. Your final score here from Kidd Brewer Stadium in Boone, North Carolina. The number 2 Appalachian State Mountaineers 70, the number 3 Wofford College Terriers 24.
Mark Hauser caught up with Coach Ayers after the game.
Coach, tough night to be a Terrier. What early on just didn't click for you?
Well, we were able to match the first 2 scores, and then we threw an intercept. They ended up getting on top. We just couldn't slow them down. To magnify the problem, we had 5 turnovers, and when you play a great football team, that's an outstanding football team. They have some tremendous players. It was one of them nights that you only wish that you were watching from the stands instead of being on the sideline. We were trying to play hard, but we got in a situation where we just couldn't match up. The turnovers, they're going to kill you. And we had 5 tonight, and I'm not sure, but I don't think we had all season. I don't know if we've had 5. We didn't have any takeaways tonight, and normally we're opportunistic defensively. And we just got beat by a better football team tonight.
Eric Breitenstein came home and had well over 100 yards in his return to Boone. There's a bright spot.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of bright spots within the darkness. The thing you got to do is just, look at it. And Eric played extremely hard, did a great job running the football, had the 1 turnover, and he was as upset as anybody. But the thing that we tried to emphasize to him is, hey, nothing's over, get on. You're going to have to go again. So he's going to be an outstanding player for us. The big thing for us is we're going to have to do our job as far as the staff to get these kids back. There's a dream that you have at the start of the season. Right now, App's in the driver's seat. And, we still have the ability, if we'll play like we're capable of playing, to get to the playoffs. If we don't play the way we're supposed to play, then it's going to be something else.
The margin of error is reduced, and now you get the Citadel next week.
Right. Kevin does a great job. They're struggling a little bit, but they're still an outstanding football team. They do a great job offensively. I'm sure a lot of people will look at this film, and they're going to take a lot away as far as trying to exploit us again. We've got to look at ourselves. We've got to look at ourselves long and hard and come up with a way to get it done next week, because nobody's going to feel sorry for yourself. I told them that in the locker room. Bottom line is you got to decide whether you want to get up off the floor or not. And I think this crew will get up off the floor.
Coach, we appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Wofford head coach Mike Ayers on this week's ball game at Appalachian State. Now let's hear from the Terrier players.
I'd say this is probably the worst night ever. We just didn't have an answer for him the whole night. And I don't know. It's just everybody was just missing assignments. It was pretty bad.
Did you expect it to be this difficult?
Absolutely not. We came in here expecting to win like every week. We just didn't really play our game tonight. We played well every game, and today I think we had a little bit of a letdown, but we're going to get back up and get ready for next week.
Let's take a look at the final game statistics. First downs, not too much different. Appalachian State 27, Wofford 23 rushing yards. The Terriers with a pretty significant advantage. They ran for 393 yards on the night. Appalachian State 238, but the Mountaineers threw for 382 yards. That is an awful lot against a Terrier football defense that is usually pretty tough. Wofford throws for 104 yards. Total yards, Appalachian State over 600. Wofford nearly 500 yards of total offense. Time of possession, not a whole lot of difference here. Wofford has the ball for 31 minutes and 37 seconds. Appalachian State just over 28 minutes. Penalties, Wofford just 3 for 15. Appalachian State 5 for 60. Turnovers, yeah, that one sticks out like a sore thumb. Wofford 5, Appalachian State 0. That is the opposite of what the Terriers have been doing all season long. Let's take a look at some Southern Conference results. What a thriller at the Citadel. Georgia Southern needs not 1, not 2, but 3 overtimes to get past the Bulldogs. Final score 57-51. Western Carolina gets its first conference win of the season, knocking off Chattanooga 27-7. And Furman knocks off Samford 28-27 because the Bulldogs missed an extra point late in the the fourth quarter that would have tied the football game. Your updated Southern Conference standings, Appalachian State sits on top with a 5-0 conference record, but the Mountaineers have yet to play Elon, so perhaps the Phoenix can knock off the Mountaineers. That certainly helps Wofford, who sits at 4-1 in conference play. Furman 4-2, Georgia Southern 3-3. Elsewhere in the conference, Sanford is 2-3, the Citadel 1-5, Western Carolina also 1-5. Chattanooga has yet to win a conference game this season. Now let's take a look at the White's Pine Street Exxon Play of the Week. It comes midway through the first quarter when Dane Romero breaks free for a 56-yard gain all the way down to the Mountaineers' 12-yard line. It's Romero's longest run of the season and sets up a Ben Widmeyer touchdown on the next play, and it's good enough for our Play of the Week.
Headquartered in Spartanburg on a sea of manicured green space, Milliken & Company places an emphasis on environmental stewardship and community involvement. One of the many reasons Fortune magazine ranked Milliken one of the best companies to work for in America, and why Milliken was named one of the safest companies in the U.S. Whether hosting community events or partnering with Wofford on educational initiatives like the Summer Leadership Institute, the Milliken-Wofford connection is strong, and both are proud to call Spartanburg home.
Dixie Tire and Automotive is more than a tire store. Since 1946, we've been in business to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape. Experienced technicians use the latest technology to repair and maintain your vehicle so it stays on the road. Oil changes, alignments, engine repairs. Dixie Tire and Automotive does it all. There's no car we can't repair and maintain, domestic or foreign.
We're more than a tire store. If you need it fixed, come see us at Dixie Tire and Automotive, 1011 Asheville Highway, Spartanburg.
Welcome back to Inside Wofford Football. This is where we like to take an inside look at some of the happenings off the field of play. And this week, we focus on food. And why not? These guys are big and they like to eat a lot. Let's take a look at what goes into feeding the Terriers when they go on the road.
We like to keep the guys in-house if we can. Don't like to go out too much, other than the post-game meal or maybe a meal before or the night that we get to the hotel. But the hardest thing to make people understand that haven't done it before is the amount of food that they're going to go through. My experiences in the past, a lot of times you'll tell the cooks or you'll tell the chef that, there's a lot of, these are not 100 normal people or they're not 80 normal people. It's 80 football players who are going to consume a lot of food in a hurry, and you're always waiting on them to reload the first time that they go through the process. And we actually experienced that this morning. They didn't quite believe me, but I think they believe me now about how much these guys eat. We don't want them to load up in the morning because then they won't eat as much this afternoon. But from now, we'll have anything from roast beef, chicken, pasta, not too heavy stuff as far as the carbs go. It's always 4 hours before the game is what we try to shoot for, whether we're at home or whether we're on the road. And that's kind of where, we build our pregame meal off of the rest of our itinerary as far as the day goes.
Now let's take a look at next week's opponent, brought to you by Blue Eagle Equipment. Finally, after a couple of weekends away, the Terriers return home where they will play host to the Citadel. The Bulldogs are coming off a devastating 57-51 triple overtime loss to Georgia Southern and enter this game with a 1-5 record in conference play. Over the last decade, Wofford has absolutely dominated the series, having won 9 straight, with 8 of those wins coming by 13 points or more. Still, in this conference, you can't take anyone for granted, so the Terriers know they will be in for a dogfight with the Bulldogs next Saturday. Kickoff 3 o'clock at Gibbs Stadium should be a good one next Saturday. The Terriers have 3 conference games remaining. If they win all 3, they're going to be in good shape, but they got to take care of business first. We'll see you next week.
Inside Wofford Football, presented by Milliken.